would do word of the day. That's where Bill would give me a word and I would guess the definition. But we're gonna pivot because I kind of feel like we should should I have like a parkour setup in here? Should I have had this ready for you guys better? We've got Ninja Nation in studio right now. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks. There's not enough room in this
There's
studio
not.
for that.
Well,
no.
couldn't we adapt it to be like a different type of environment? You know, like web crawling or something like that.
Always time and
Always?
money. You got
Yeah?
enough time and money, you can make it happen.
Okay. All right. So I believe we've got the owner of Ninja Nation here. Is it owner franchisee? Is that a better way to describe it?
Sure, I pay the bills.
Okay. So how did you, Kevin, right?
Yes.
Kevin, the franchisee of Ninja Nation, and Gavin,
Yes, Gavin,
Okay.
I'm the manager.
the manager and the franchisee of Ninja Nation here in Huntersville, located at exit 23. I'm very excited because I plan on bringing my 4-year-old son to check out the space. Let's demyth something here. Is if I become a certified Ninja Nationer, do I get to go on the TV show automatically? Is that how that works?
Not automatically, but we can pull some strings maybe for you.
You can get there, huh?
Yeah, no, it's definitely we get that kind of question all the time. The TV show is a really awesome way to, to promote the sport and ninja and stuff like that. And it's really fun. I mean, people come in the gym all the time and they say how much they love watching the show. So it's really awesome to have that, bring people in the gym and have them get to experience the real thing.
So is the sport called ninjaing or is it parkour? Like how would you describe
It's
it?
ninja. Yeah, it's called the sport of ninja.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long's the sport of ninja been around?
I mean, officially, who knows? But the last maybe 5 years has been more organized efforts to contain the sport and have it age groups and competitions and world championships and regional championships. And we have a competitive team in our gym, and we train towards those competitions. But then the TV show is completely separate from that. You have to put an audition tape, and that's a TV show. It doesn't really correlate to any of the actual competition or the sport, quote unquote.
So there is competition level ninjaing that takes place.
Yeah, we've actually got a competition at our gym this weekend coming up. Yeah, so it's called the World Ninja League, is the affiliate that we mostly work with. And yeah, it's similar to the show in that you go through different stages of obstacles and stuff like that. But it's just the World Ninja League season is a little different from the show, and anyone can compete, anyone can try it out and stuff.
We got to get this on ESPN. This should be on ESPN, right?
Yeah,
this
hey,
seems worthy.
That's probably the goal one day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do to help with that. That's awesome. Okay. So at what point in your lives did you decide I want to be a ninja full time?
Well, I got beat up by ninjas on movies for a while. So I was a Hollywood stuntman for almost 18 years, and was looking for an escape plan from that business. I was traveling all over the world and wrote a bunch of different business plans. And I knew parkour guys and ninja guys in the stunt world and really liked that sport and that mentality and how those guys operated. So when I retired from that world, I wanted to open something like that. And all my research kind of brought me to Ninja Nation, and I ended up joining the franchise. And long story short, that's how it kind of came about.
So stuntman turned ninja.
And these movies that I saw, the list that I saw is not a slouch list. I mean, those are some movies. Those are the movies.
So what's your favorite movie you've done?
We got a Marvel superhero
I know.
as far as I'm concerned.
or a villain.
I
like that. I like that twist.
Play a lot more villains. I was a bad guy in Ant-Man, the Yellow Jacket character. I was in the Yellow Jacket suit in all the Ant-Man movies.
Was that your favorite? Yeah, what was your favorite?
My favorite was my first movie, The Longest Yard, with Adam Sandler and Burt Reynolds, because it was my introduction to Hollywood, and Sandler and that team was just cool, friendly, very inviting. You watch Monday Night Football together, then you do a football scene. It was a pretty cool, laid back. It was really not realistic for my first movie, because then I did Avengers and Black Panther and Marvel movies.
All CGI after that? And
just a little more intense. Sandler's just a laid back guy. He's like, oh, we got the shot, we don't get the shot. Okay, let's go have dinner. I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. Good job. Then you get on Transformers or Michael Bay, and it's a lot of yelling and explosions, and you got to get your stuff a little more together.
Yeah. Gavin, what about you? When did you decide you were going to be a ninja?
I mean, yeah, so I moved to Charlotte kind of right in the midst of COVID, actually. Grew up in New York, popped around to Colorado, and then me and my fiance at the time moved to Charlotte, and had a temporary-ish job that I kind of felt in my mind was more temporary, and was looking for something else. I kind of came from a sport background, working at the Olympic Committee and stuff like that. And I just saw the posting for the Ninja Nation manager on Indeed, and I applied for it, and that's how Kevin and I got hooked up. And the rest is history. So yeah.
Do you guys ninja together, like in the off hours?
Maybe in the very beginning, we when we first opened the gym, I think I definitely did a lot more of like the obstacles and the ninja stuff, and really tried to like learn how to do the sport. And I know Kevin kind of past his prime just a little bit. But
It's only a number. Don't do that to him. Don't do
Sorry,
that
I
to
gotta
him.
take jabs where I can get him. But our head coach, another Kevin Thompson, our head coach, he's like the ninja expert at our gym. He sets all the obstacles. He sets the whole gym up and stuff like that, and he really knows what he's doing when it comes to like actual ninja. I'm more of the background, making sure everything doesn't fall apart.
Sure, the insurance side of it, we'll
Yes.
say, yeah. What? It's got to be a fun business. Is there ever like a bad time to be a ninja?
No, it's never a bad time to be a ninja. It revolves mostly around kids. Like you look at the TV show, it's all adults. Our business is probably 90% kids. And it's really fun watching kids have wins and have losses and be challenged. And we say the most athletic kid can find something they can't do and be humbled, and the most unathletic kids will find a win in there, something they can do. So seeing these kids come and grow and the confidence and all that stuff, that's kind of what it's all about.
And for us too, being mostly about kids, like we have that competitive team. We have competitions where like those kids are legit. Like they can show up and really like throw down some skills and stuff like that. But again, 90% of the kids that come in are beginners. They're new to the sport. They really are just there to have a good time or want to learn a little bit. So through like we have classes throughout the week. We do birthday parties on the weekends. We have summer camp and day camps. But all those kids that come in, it's still fun to see them be able to like do something that they couldn't do when they first walked in the door. Even if it's an hour later, they're like, oh, I can finally do the warped wall, or I can do the swoop slider without falling. It's really fun to see the growth and the improvement there.
What's the youngest age that you guys allow?
So we're 5 and up, but we have a couple classes that are 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. That's a private class. We do an hour before we open. So you have a 3, 4, and 5-year-old there with one coach running that class. Before the 10-year-olds come and start running havoc in the gym.
And that's on Saturdays, right? The 3, 4,
Saturday
5?
mornings at 9 to 10, and Tuesdays from 2 to 3.
Okay, cool. And so when kids come in and parents come in, is there a section for parents, or do they have to leave? Like, how does that work?
No, we organize it so it's all, you can see the whole gym from, it's not like Urban Air where there's like a little pocket you can't find anybody. It's one big open space, and there's seating all around of it. And in the seating, we have tables, and we have electrical hookups to do your work. People come in there and knock out the work, and
Cool.
parents are there all the time, and it's great to see how they interact with their kids as well.
What do you guys like? What's the experience you want for kids? Like, is it a track like you progress through a program, or what is that, or is it just a one-off like come free for all?
We like to say you can play, train, or compete. You can interact with it any way you want. As opposed to my experience of like gymnastics. Like, if you don't want to be on the team, you don't want to get to that level, like get out. We don't want you here. Some gymnastics studios do that. But for us, you can come in and just do open gym and play. Just have a good time and play. Or you can train and do a class and get better and find these skills. Or you can get to the next level and compete. So you can compete one day, train one day, do a birthday party the next. So you can interact with it any way you want, any level you want.
What about adults? Like, if we were to say like the WSIC team's going to come in there and do some corporate training, you guys do that too?
Yes, yeah, for sure. So we do have a couple adult classes during the week. We always try to encourage adults to come in and try it out, and just like for something new in their routine. And we also on Wednesdays we'd have like an adult open gym hour from like 7 to 8 and stuff like that. And then other than that stuff, we have been more implementing like our corporate team building aspect of the gym as well. Because during the week we don't open until 4 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock for classes and stuff. But during all that extra time, we try to encourage field trips to come in, corporate team building and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, if you want to bring your corporate team in, we can definitely show you a good time, keep you guys all safe, but having fun.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome. It would be one of those experiences where you're going to get to know your coworkers in a way that you probably didn't ever think you would want to. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
We're here with the Ninja Nation team. We've got Kevin and Gavin in studio. Radio fam, we're going to take a break. Digital fam, we're going to stick with Kevin and Gavin. I got a couple of questions on the franchise side and the business model side. I'm curious about that. So we're going to give that exclusive content to our digital fam, WSICnews.com, all of the social platforms as well. Radio fam, stick with us. 844-STUDIO-4 if you want to be part of the conversation. Maybe you want to be a ninja. This is your opportunity. Who hasn't wanted to be a ninja their whole life? Whether you're 3, 4, 5, and up, you can make it happen in Huntersville. Right there off of, what is that, 21 and Gilead, kind of that corner right there.
Yeah.
pretty
Yep, that's
much.
a 23.
Yeah, exit 23 in Huntersville. Ninja Nation. Stick with us. Digital Fam, WSICnews.com. All right, so the business model side. When you decided, hey, I want to be a franchisee of Ninja Nation, did you know the original, did you know the franchise group and you were able to just call them up on the cell phone and say, hey, I want to open one in North Carolina? What was that process like for you?
I was trying to open my own business. I had this business plan of parkour and ninja, personal training, mentorship programs. I wrote the business plan. I designed the building. I was shopping. I had a group of investors. I had the whole nine, doing it all on my own. And in that, I couldn't find insurance. So I couldn't get the P&L finished to get the loan approved without insurance. Everything else was insured. It was approved already from the bank. So in my search for insurance, any gym that was like it, I would call up, try to steal numbers from, go visit.
Sure.
And a buddy of mine checked in on Facebook at Ninja Nation in Denver, Colorado, a stunt buddy of mine. And I looked at the pictures, like, oh man, this place is legit. This is nice.
This is exactly what I was going for.
It's pretty close, yeah. And they're doing it big and nice and shiny, like I wanted to do it. So I, researched them, went online, found out who they were, what they were, called them up, and Lucas, the head of marketing and VP of sales, answered the call, and they were just about to start launching franchises. So they had 3 corporate locations, 2 in Denver, Colorado, 1 in Dallas, Texas.
Those are big markets.
Big markets.
Those
yeah.
are big markets.
So it's all from Denver. The Denver group did it. And these guys are corporate guys who left their corporate gig to open something better, do something better, realize all that. Philosophically, we're really aligned. And so they invited me and my wife out and hey, here's what we want to do. We like your movie experience and all this other stuff that I brought to the table. And we really like you to open one of our franchises. I said, I don't want to give you money for the idea I already have. I'm buying the building. I'm hedging my bet with the building, all this stuff.
And that was this building here in Huntersville.
No, I ended up pivoting to own the building because me owning the building had a group of investors and everything, and actually the tangible real estate hedge on your business.
Yes.
Which I thought was a better business plan.
Sure.
But to do the franchise, I was able to cut my investors out and do it all myself. Because the first business venture, I want to take the risk. I kind of felt a little. It was all my friends and family invested.
It's a lot of risk.
It's a lot of risk and a lot of pressure. I was like, I'd rather knock it out, do it myself, see if I can make it work.
Thanksgiving, you wanted to keep it, everybody friendly. Kind of thing,
Exactly right. And the CEO, this guy Wayne Kavanaugh, he kind of talked me and my wife into it that I was leaving Hollywood, and I told him this 100 times. If I wanted to make $1 million, $2 million a year, I would have stayed in Hollywood.
Sure.
But I'd never see my family. Yeah. I'm leaving that not to make $1 million, to have a good work-life balance. And he goes, well, if you're going to do your own thing, buy your building, do all that, you're going to live in it for 2 years, and you might as well do a movie. But you're not getting your time ROI at all on that. If you do the franchise, we help you have support. You do multiple locations, you get your financial ROI back on the front end instead of the business. So all the numbers made sense. He had the 3 years of his P&Ls, how much he made, all the expenses.
So does Ninja Nation own the building? Corporate Ninja Nation bought the building, or is it just a lease?
No, it's just a lease. Now.
Okay. We're coming right back now. Digital Fam, we're returning with our radio fam right now. Hold on for us 1 second.
Good morning, LKN on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:33. We're sitting here with Ninja Nation. I have always wanted to be a ninja. As far back as I can remember, and what did it for me as a child was the original Power Rangers. That was what did it for me. Epic series, deep emotional roots, a lot of swords, a lot of weapons, and running around the house. And you guys are providing that opportunity for me to live out my childhood dream, and so I want to say thank you.
Maybe less weapons.
Yes, I was gonna say I think putting no
swords.
Swords in the kids' hands might go a little south.
fair.
But we do. Hey, we'll let you jump around. We'll let you hang from stuff. We'll let you swing from stuff, and that's what we can provide.
So visualizing inside of the building, and I'm very familiar with this building because the building where you guys are in now has been quite a few things over the years. I think most recent prior to you guys was like a Halloween Express or something like that.
And a Rite Aid.
And a Rite Aid before that. That's right, which I think they filed bankruptcy now or something like that. Anyway, different conversation. So for you guys, when you outfitted the space, Like, was it just easy because it was like a nice box and like you knew what you know, based on the schematics from the franchise? How did that work out for you?
Yeah, franchise had a good amount of support about what the deal breakers would be: ceiling height, air conditioning, a lot of kind of stuff. They kind of helped with that. But I shopped around in Charlotte for probably 9 months. I was looking down the Valentine or any good market, market area.
And was that in 2021, 2022?
2018, 19,
Okay,
20,
so you
pretty much.
pre-COVID. You were looking since pre-COVID. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, I was looking to buy my own building and
Yeah.
was looking for an escape plan out of Hollywood for a while.
And then when did you secure the lease then on this particular building where you're at right now?
End of 2020, and we opened doors for business May 21.
So you outfitted that space, or the franchise did. I'm sure you were the boots on the ground, I would imagine, front man on it, through COVID. How was that?
It was, well, it's all I knew at the time. I hadn't outfitted any other buildings, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to. But I had a good general contractor, good support from the franchise, and it's a big box. They just got to gut it, and we need to put our own stuff inside of it, make sure AC and power and all that stuff and plumbing. It was a big learning experience, and if I did it again, I'd do it a lot better. Like, the second time's always easier.
And is that the plan? Do you want to go to multiple locations?
That always has been the plan, but inflation's kind of hurt me a little bit. So the startup cost is a lot higher now than it was in 2020. I was buying a lot of this stuff in early 2020. Leases have gone up. My SBA loan has skyrocketed with adjustable rates, so that cuts into the margin a lot. So I always said once I can float location number 2 with location number 1, we'll start rolling. And we're not there yet financially, just because inflation, really.
Sure.
So always shopping though.
As far as inside of the space, then, what is the most? Is it stations, or how do you describe kind of the setup inside?
Yeah, so people always ask us that because they're like, oh, is it one specific obstacle course you have to follow? And definitely not necessarily. So you go in, and we have a few different areas and stations that we do have. We have what we call the race lanes, which are kind of like just dual lanes next to each other. They do have different obstacles, to keep things mixed up. They have like a bunch of different monkey bar setups at the end. We have in the middle course, we have like a bunch of different soft play materials that we move around and make a different kind of course like every day. So always changing it up, always new, keeping it fresh for kids to be jumping on and stuff like that. We also will use those materials for like parkour stuff as well during our parkour class. And then we have like an advanced bay where our team works out a lot. We have a little more
Advanced.
Yeah, advanced. Like the stealth ladder and stuff like that you see on the show. And then probably one of the coolest aspects of our gym that makes us a little different from other ninja gyms is the high bay. So it's a big inflatable airbag that inflates, and then all the obstacles that we have are probably about like 15 feet off the regular ground, and then you kind of just fall right into that airbag. And it's like a nice big cushion.
Like
so.
the grand finale, like
Yeah.
I did it. Like just
Yeah,
fall out.
the swoop slider is what we have up there. Which, and if you've ever been to Ninja Nation, that's like one of the premier obstacles there. And then of course we have a warp wall. How most American Ninja Warrior stuff like finishes there. So
Where they all fail. That's where they all fail.
It is. I mean, because you're
Gosh.
exhausted after the run, and then you got to
Yes.
run up this 14-foot wall and stuff. Yeah. But
Why don't
no-
they start with the wall? God.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I don't know. We should call them up and pitch them.
They probably don't want to make it easier though, right?
It'd be a lot shorter show if everyone failed right away.
That's true, wouldn't it? I guess maybe that's it. That would make it easier.
Long story short, like we do have like different sections, different areas, but we always try to change up the obstacles pretty frequently, keep things fresh, make sure it's not just the same old, same old.
So for the pricing then, for people that want to give it a try, can they buy like a 1-day pass, or is it like a subscription model? What's it like?
Yeah, so it is mostly like kind of like when it comes to open gym, when you're just coming in and playing and having fun, we sell like a 1-hour pass, 2-hour pass, all-day pass. For like $20, $30, and $35, like respectively. So that's like just kind of free play open
All day?
gym. Yeah, you can
Literally all day?
Yeah, you can stay all day. It's not quite as like popular for the all day and stuff, but like people like to come in for like the 2-hour pass for the most part for open gym.
Do you do like when you have classes? Is there always open gym, or is it like dependent on the schedule, like kind of like a swimming pool type thing?
The CEO, the guy Wayne, he was very passionate about anytime the doors open, you can come in and play. You can come in and have open gym. So every class that's going on has an instructor, a coach dealing with that class, going through those stations, spotting those kids. 2 or 3 classes going on at a time sometimes. And then we have open gymmers coming in just playing. We also have staff there that their job is to watch the open gym kids, spot them, help them, interact with them. We have it's called the 3 E's. So energy and engagement and encouragement is what we kind of preach to our whole staff. So if you're just coming off the street, someone's going to high five you, someone's going to help you with something, someone's going to spot you as best you can, and everything's padded. So um, interact with it any way you want.
Don't let this Greek godlike physique fool you. But I would be your problem child where day one I'm walking in and I'm thinking I can do everything. Do you let people just go about their business in there, or what's the insurance got to say about that?
First thing you do is sign a waiver, and then we put a wristband on you to say this guy signed a waiver. The scariest parts is when you see a dad or a mom walk in with their kid. The kid runs around, and the dad's looking around, spotting some stuff, getting a little loose, starting to move his arms a little bit.
See that? Like
Always. Then, of course, they walk up right to the hardest thing, right to like the salmon
to the
ladder,
to the
wall.
wall,
Yeah. There goes your Achilles. There goes. Oh, come on, ease into it. And so we get a staff over there, kind of close to him. Hey, man, why don't you just go over here a little bit? So.
Yeah, I always
Guiding.
I'm always warning our hosts about birthday party dads. That's the biggest thing. Is like when we got a birthday party that come in, all the parents there, you'll get like a group of like 3 or 4 dads that kind of like like Kevin said, start checking some things out. They make their way to the warp wall, and then they're like, you know what? You can do that. You can do that. And they start challenging each other.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. So birthday parties for kids, has that been popular for you guys? What's that like?
Yeah, that's definitely one of our biggest areas that we have in like popularity. I mean, all the parties are 2 hours long. The kids get an hour and a half on the gym floor, on the obstacle floor with their own party host. And then the last 30 minutes they get in that private party room in the back for them to, have pizza, have cake, things like that. But, birthday parties are always super popular. Everyone that leaves with the birthday party always like had a good time and stuff like that. The biggest part though is that having that party host the whole time. So the party host will take the party out and kind of start it with the kids. They'll show them around, give them a little warm up and stretch and stuff like that. And then they'll play games with them throughout the party. So
Is it
very
bring your
well
own
taken care of.
food? Like you can bring your own pizza, bring your own cake, bring your own drinks.
You can bring anything but pizza. We have a contract with Mama's Pizza, which is in the same shopping center.
Yeah.
So
I had Mama's Pizza last week. It's good.
It's really
Very
good.
It's
very
good
good.
pizza.
People are super nice over there, so they get us all the pizza. So you order pizza through us. But if you want to bring cupcakes or cake or anything like that, if you want Chick-fil-A, anything but pizza, you can bring in. We kind of run the pizza through us, and we try to make.
Will they bring you that garlic cheesy bread they got over there too? Can you order that as well?
You
Is
can
that
always
part of
order it. Yeah,
too?
just call.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. It's good.
We know a guy.
Yeah. What's been like the most challenging part of the business thus far?
Luckily, it hasn't been staffing. Like everyone, I opened in May 21. That was right before the staffing crisis really hit. So Gavin, my manager, my head coach Kevin, our assistant manager Bailey, I hired a lot of really good staff beforehand. They've been with me since day one. And then a lot of the staff rolls over, like summertime, a lot of college kids are home and teachers and other stuff. So staffing, usually people would say staffing, but for me, my staff has been awesome. The challenging part is dealing with inflation. Dealing with the plumbing went out, and then also dealing with treating kids the way we treat the kids and challenging them and holding them accountable is kind of how I parent my kids as well. That's how we run the business. And then some parents aren't really on the same page with that, so trying to finagle the parent relationship and the kid relationship, get the kid to get the most out of it while also making the parent, maybe helicopter less or.
That'd be me too, by the way. I'm a terrible helicopter parent with my 4-year-old.
Just trying to balance those relationships out because the kids in there all day long. Well, not every kid, but we have a good relationship with these kids. We know them, whenever, and then the relationship with the parents is always a little bit different. So having my staff know that and walk the line between the parents and the kids is a challenge.
What about you, Gavin? As part of the operation manager, is that the general manager?
Arena manager.
Arena manager.
Yes.
Oh, it's like a death pit.
Yes,
or something.
I
No,
know.
I shouldn't say it. It's not a death pit. It's not a death
Well,
pit. Tell me.
it's funny that you said it because I always thought it when I got the job and I got the title, I was like, that kind of sounds interesting, like arena manager. That does sound interesting. But no, I mean, I'd say probably one of the hardest parts for me. It goes a little bit back towards staffing. Honestly, in a way, just like making sure everyone's just in line. A lot of our arena hosts who are the ones that are out there hosting birthday parties, watching open gym, making sure kids are having fun, high-fiving those kids. They're all high schoolers, they're all college students and stuff like that. And they're a lot of times it's just a job to them. It's just kind of a way to make some money. And but I try my hardest to encourage those 3 E's, to encourage them to be very engaging with the kids and be try to look like they're really having a good time at the job and kind of foster that fun environment and everything like that. So that's kind of a constant thing that myself and the coaches work on with those hosts, is just making sure that they're meeting those job responsibilities, making sure everyone's having a fun time, because we want to be different than other places that just like have staff as like a placeholder or something like that. We want our staff to be very engaging and make it just as fun as possible for the kids. So just making sure everyone is on top of their game. That's definitely a big part of my job.
That's awesome. Kevin and Gavin from Ninja Nation in Huntersville, thank you so much for coming. If people want to reach you, is the website the best, or what's the best way, or just come by?
Yeah, either one. I mean, they can come by anytime for open gym, whenever we are open. But yeah, the website has all of our information on there. That's the best resource. Yeah, you just Google Huntersville, Ninja Nation Huntersville.
Okay, perfect. Thank you both. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.